the people of NEPR past, the people who established their organization.
It's a Downeaster birthday party celebrating 10 years of Amtrak passenger rail service from Portland to Old Orchard Beach, Saco Wells, and in New Hampshire, Dover, Durham, and Exeter, and in Massachusetts, Haverhill and Boston. 10 years of outstanding service generating impressive numbers.
To date, the Downeaster has operated more than 30,000 trains, and it's carried more than 3.5 million passengers, the equivalent of more than 30 million passenger miles. But as we've said, the Downeaster is more than just a train ride, and we're here today to celebrate the significant impact it's had on our entire region and the many people who have worked so hard. First of all, as most of you know, this began as a citizens' initiative to reestablish passenger rail service to Maine. Wayne Davis and Train Riders Northeast led that initiative, which got the ball rolling, and without that vision and hard work, we would not be standing here today. So thank you, Wayne.
Dana Connors, NEPR Board Vice Chairman, had an additional surprise.
The board is pleased to present this year the George J. Mitchell Award to somebody that parallels the decade that we are celebrating, the decade of giving, the decade of making a difference, the decade of success that brings us all together in the celebration at this time, at this moment. This is a person that, in fact, even though we try to wrap this award around the significance of the day, the celebration of 10 years, could well go beyond 1 decade, even 2 decades, could add a few more years to that. And while this award is truly intended to be a surprise, when you think about it, this award is not a surprise, nor should the recipient be. I can tell you, I can think of no one who for so long has been so steadfast in his support for the service. I can think of no one for so long who has been so dedicated or given so much of himself to the service that we celebrate today. His commitment is unquestionable. His passion, his zeal, his enthusiasm is beyond limit. By now, it is no surprise. It is Wayne Davis. Please come forward.
Thank you very much, Dana and the board. Wonderful, what an honor. But you know the job isn't over yet. Brunswick's on the horizon, Freeport and Brunswick next year. And I'm glad that I'm still around to enjoy that. But it's been quite a ride. But I wouldn't be where I am and we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for the public and the support of the board. But thank you very much. And David.
At the conclusion of the ceremonies, and right on time, the Downeaster arrived carrying more than 100 children from North Berwick, bringing their toys for the Marine Corps program Toys for Tots. Throughout the week, school groups from Maine filled the boxes for the less fortunate. And yes, there were interviews with TV stations, including our own with Wayne.
It's amazing the types of people that are involved in this issue. Government officials, state officials, multiple state officials. Interesting this morning to see the groups here from Massachusetts and New Hampshire. And the private sector here, the food suppliers, the caterer, all of the things that make the train the success that it is. It's amazing to see how many players there are in this story we're writing. The Toys for Tots, that was a very wonderful idea that came from the executive director some years ago. Let's start training the next generation, and Toys for Tots would be a good venue. And so she joined, and they've been delivering the toys now for, at least 9 years that I know of.
Well, behind you, they're still selling tickets.
Yes, they are. The terminal is still busy. We've sort of taken it over with this program, but it's a very exciting day. 2001 to 2011. And that's very exciting. But we're not done yet.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy 10th birthday, Downeaster. Train Riders Northeast has certainly changed how New England travels.